We're here. It's backstage. Taste of Chaos is back. Can you believe it? We got Nate from Finch. How'd that feel out there?
It was good. It's very good. I had fun.
You're kind of in this valley in between Vegas and the beach. You know,
I'm used to it. Yeah, I'm used to it.
Only in Cali can you go in the mountains, go skiing, surfing, snowboarding,
right.
all that in a day, skateboarding on Venice Beach. So now, where did you grow up again?
I was born in Long Beach and I grew up in Temecula. I still live there to this day. So I've been there for my whole life, pretty much.
What's your memories of Long Beach?
Not much. My front yard, we had a swing on the tree. We had a big tree. We had a tree swing. That's really all I remember. I remember like a gate in the front yard.
Got hurt probably with that.
Yeah, maybe. We had a sandbox in the background. I don't know.
People always pushing the limit on a swing to see how far you can go.
Yeah.
You know, I hate to hear those that didn't make it.
Yeah, especially when you're a kid. You want to try everything.
Man.
So
your brain's kind of soft and that tree's kind of hard. Temecula, that's a cool spot. I know you got a lot of wineries out there. You got a lot of beautiful country. Tell us about that area.
Well, it used to be a town, and now it's a city. It's very big now. A lot of people now. Lots of wineries. Not much to do.
So the secret got out. Everybody.
Yeah, exactly. It's like someone sent out a memo, and everybody just moved there, and now it's just crowded.
Close enough to LA, but far enough. So
it's right in between LA and San Diego. So it's like right in this little valley, and I don't know how everybody heard about it, but there's a bunch of people there now. So
well, hopefully it keeps bridging that San Diego and LA market. I hear the Chargers might even move up here. Can you believe that?
Shit. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
The Southern California Chargers. You know the hardcores will still drive up. You know, they'll drive 2 hours. Come on, LA needs a little NFL action there.
Definitely. Yeah. I agree.
So I know you guys are constantly on the road. What are some of your favorite parts of the country or even the world? I mean, when you see something on an itinerary, you really get a smile.
I mean, as far as the world, probably Japan is always fun.
Tell us about Japan. For those that haven't gone, tell us about just the complete
if you've ever seen the movie Blade Runner, it's a lot like that. I mean,
you just step off the plane and it's instantaneous.
Yeah, it's almost like a different planet, but it's very comfortable. Everybody's very nice, very respectful. Everything is great there. Hospitality is amazing.
So mindset's a little different, but they're positive people. It's not like harsh culture.
No, there's no animosity. There's no, it's not like they don't like Americans. It's everything. It's very welcoming. It's great. It's a great feeling there. I like Japan a lot. So
there's enough people over there in your world that speak English, so you can kind of get by. But do you learn any Japanese? Because I know the audience loves it when you give them a little greeting on the mic.
I don't know any Japanese, and I heard that other than the English language, for other people that don't know English, that Japanese is the hardest language to learn other than English. So
maybe phonetically, hello, they can write it on a whiteboard for you.
Yeah, it's very tricky language, but I would love to.
Because I know a little goes a long way. You say hello to them, and they're like,
oh yeah, they're like, whoa, like wasn't expecting that. Yeah. So
the whole rest of your set can be in English, but just the one word kind of breaks the ice.
Yeah, if you say one, two things.
He took a little effort. He doesn't think he's in Cleveland right now.
Yeah. If you say one, two things in Japanese in the middle, they're stoked. So.
Now, how many cities do you get to? And the big question is, Tower Records was a very beloved part of the music business. There's a documentary coming out called All Things Must Pass. Tom Hanks' oldest son, made the most incredible documentary on the rise. Tower Records started on 2 shelves in a drugstore in Sacramento, a place called Tower Drugs, and they started stocking like 45s, 7-inch singles, and it grew into it. They had a warehouse up the street. They decided to put it in this like superstore, and the record business took off, and it was like the heyday of the 60s. And they opened in San Francisco. Of course, the whole counterculture, Haight-Ashbury, the whole tower was like the epicenter of San Francisco. And then when they moved to LA, that Sunset Strip store was so special. I mean, tell us remember going into that place.
I mean, I don't know, I've probably been there once, maybe twice in my life, and then during...
You walk in and there was music for days.
Yeah, but the last time I was there, it was the Sunset Strip
Music Festival?
But that Tower Records was that was the production office. So I was just like, oh my God.
So Tower had already been gone by then, but they used the space.
Yeah, but they used the space as the production office for that whole scene. So it was kind of surreal. Like,
I know, it's good and bad. It's like,
that used to
that's
be
what
Tower
I say. At least they didn't tear down the building, but
Yeah.
it still hurts every time you go in the building and
Yeah.
there's not that vibe.
It's like that used to be Tower Records, but now that's where I'm getting my wristbands to get access to go on the stage. You know, it's just like,
Well, they could have bulldozed. It could have been like another restaurant that just nondescript, you know.
yeah. I miss going into record stores, man, and buying CDs and getting the artwork and physical copies. Like, I try to get as many physical copies as I can nowadays, but
I
it's
mean,
so hard.
the documentary is pretty incredible. How the music exploded and people supported it, and they went out and they lined up at midnight to buy the new record.
Kind
you
of
know,
blindly. Like, I used to buy CDs just like if the album artwork on the cover was like cool enough. Like, if I thought it was
Took some
cool, I would
chances,
buy it
yeah.
whether I've heard it or not. And
I mean, the thrill of catching a piece of treasure
yeah,
was enough to take some risks.
exactly. That's exactly what happened.
Well, especially, I grew up with vinyl, and back then records were like $2.99, $3.99. You know, they got up to like $4.99. You know,
Yeah.
so then, I mean, if the Ohio Players or somebody had a badass cover, you were getting it, man. $2.99.
Yeah, totally.
The artwork alone is worth it.
Yeah, now it's like $10 for a record online, and you know, people are downloading song by song instead of the whole
I think
record. It's
the
just-
big suits kind of messed it up a little bit when they said, okay, we got this new invention, the CD. We're going to charge like $15, $16 for it. After a while, it's like, wait a minute, you make a CD for a fraction of the cost of that old record.
Yeah.
Why are we paying all this money? You know, I think if they would have been cool and kept the prices down, you know, that Tower price, that $4.99, you know, $5.99, give them value. You know, it's you
That's
know,
where cassettes were at, though. Like, and I hung on to cassettes for so long. Like, even when CDs came out, I was still buying tapes, and I was just into it. And then I transferred over to CDs, and they were a little more expensive, but I still got into it. And now it's just a completely different thing. It's
But,
just-
you know, the spirit of rock and roll is not perfect. You know, all this digital this, and we're going to auto-tune that, and we're going to fix this. Man, all our favorite records we grew up with, they had a realness, man. They were cut not only analog, but a lot of it was cut live, you know, in the studio, in one take, and, you know.
Nobody does that anymore. It's so far from the truth now, music. It's just like you soup it up and you use all these tricks to make it sound perfect, and like, who wants to sound perfect? Like, if your band is good, you just jam.
We
in a
want
room.
the rawness. We want a little bit of an edge to it. You round everything off, man, it's like way too warm and fuzzy.
Yeah, and then it's just like, then you go see them live and it doesn't sound anything like that because all that production value isn't there, and it's just like, what's it all for? So, I don't know. The music business is so different now than it used to be, and being a part of it it's hard, but if you can keep your integrity, that's all you can do.
Well, all you can do is write good songs and put on good shows. You know, what happens behind the scenes? One guy told me, he said, man, we're just the ants on the anthill. We can't move the anthill, we're just the ants.
Yeah.
But if we keep making great songs and great shows, there's got to be a value to that. Got to be a value.
Yeah, I back that.
You know? Talk about festivals, because, you know, we got a beautiful day in San Bernardino. I don't know if you know, do you remember hearing about the US Festival? Because in 1983 and 4, in this valley right here, Steve Wozniak, you know, the co-founder of Apple, with Steve Jobs, he put on something 2 years in a row called the US Festival. And he did like a 3-day concert with tons of bands. I mean, the second year I was here front row for. The third day was like U2, David Bowie, Missing Person, all that. But the Hard Rock Day, the day before, go on YouTube, man. 300,000 people right here. It was Van Halen at their peak. It was Scorpions, Judas Priest, Quiet Riot, Motley Crue, Triumph, you name it, man. They were all, you know, AC/DC, everybody performed that day. And it was right here. It was in this valley. So after they did those shows and stopped doing them in '84, they figured it was excavated. That's when they put in these seats and made a permanent, you know, spot here. But US Festival, that was the show. I don't know if you ever saw footage. Bono climbed all the way to the top. I mean, I'm in the front row, and we're looking, and I'm looking at the crew members, and I'm looking for like the insurance guy, the guy in the suit who's pulling his hair out. You know what I mean? No matter how much insurance did they have, if Bono fell from the top of the scaffolding into the crowd and killed a few people, including himself, you know, rock and roll history would have changed, you know. But it was a great day. Matter of fact, in the offices right here at Live Nation, you go in that door right there, they have photography of the US Festival there. They talk about that this is a historical site.
Huh. I should go check that out.
But talk about some of the other festivals, some of these beautiful outdoor places you go to, and you just like, it's kind of surreal. It's like, man, this is like perfect out of it.
It is. It's crazy. I actually really enjoy doing festivals just because there's
Tell us about some of the other ones you've done.
There's a lot of, like, we did the Rolling Rock Festival. We've done Soundwave in Australia.
What's that like?
It's great.
Is that in
That's
Sydney
probably
or
my
Melbourne
favorite.
or
It's 4 different cities. It's Sydney,
right?
Melbourne.
Goes on the road. It's
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
big ones?
It's all the big cities. But that's just great because it's just, an outdoor event in a beautiful place, and so many bands that you never thought that you'd play with. Like, we played with 9 Inch Nails, like
Who?
9 Inch Nails,
Oh, wow.
and a bunch of bands that it's just like, why are we on this bill, But
Right.
it's just, it happens because everything gets mixed up and everybody
Yeah,
wants
put
to hear all
together
this music. So
conglomeration.
yeah, and I like festivals a lot just because of the eclecticness of who's playing, and it's, you never think you'd play with these bands, but you get to play with them for like a day or two for these
Right.
festivals, and it's just kind of a magical
just to
thing.
be in passing.
Yeah.
or
Just to
see
say
somebody.
hi real quick to a band that you never thought you'd cross paths with, and it's just
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, it's a trip.
And this festival specifically, it's so many bands that we used to play with in the past and that we haven't seen for so long that it's just like, it's like a homecoming,
That's
it's like,
crazy.
It's great.
Because a lot of these bands came off the Warped Tour for sure,
Yeah.
I see Kevin Lyman out here, John Reese, man, still doing their thing. What can you say about guys like that just put their ass on the line and make sure bands have places to play and things for people to do?
Well, those are the guys that are keeping it alive. Like, they know the business, they know what they're doing, they know the bands that aren't going to cause trouble and aren't going to stir up shit, and that can do it in a professional manner, and that's all these bands that are on this bill right now. And Kevin Lyman and John Reese are just, they know what they're doing, and it's just, they know these bands, we've known them, and it's awesome. It's just, we're really fortunate to be here, and I'm glad that he decided to put us on the show, because there's a lot, like I said, we have a lot of friends here today, and a lot of bands I haven't seen in over 10 years. Like, we haven't played with in over 10 years, and it's just, we're all here
So
today.
all the crisscrossing on the road, it's been 10 years.
Yeah.
You guys across.
Yeah. Like Thrice, I haven't seen those guys since we played with them, which was like over 10 years ago, and it's like,
Right.
that's insane to me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We got a parade of fans coming through here.
Yeah.
I think these are the VIPers.
There's Mark Hoppus over there too.
Okay. Yeah. We got royalty in the building here.
Yeah.
But festivals are a beautiful thing. Outdoors, music. Are there like any causes, anything out there, animal rights, anything that you're passionate about?
I mean, not specifically, and I don't know. I don't pretend to know causes and stuff, but we're always down to help out where we can, and if there's a cause that comes up. Yeah, I mean, we've played plenty of free shows for causes for like autism and stuff like that, and we don't care if we're not getting paid. If it goes to, if it benefits someone else that needs help, like,
it's easy to do, man. It
it's
feels
so
good.
easy to do. It's
You know what I mean?
an hour.
Be
out of our-
rehearsing anyway. It's like
an hour out of our day
it's like a
to do what we
rehearsal.
do all the time, and
Yeah.
if that, if those,
But if to feel that love, it's priceless.
if those proceeds can go to somebody that needs it, then go
If
ahead.
just one person walk up to you and thank you, like sincerely from the bottom of my heart,
Yeah,
it's worth jamming for 40 minutes.
absolutely. I'm totally down with that.
That's
for sure.
crazy.
Yeah.
Now, what advice do you give? Because you got to see these young bands, these young fans. They'd love to get up on that stage. Not so easy. School them on what it takes.
It is not easy. I mean, it takes work. You got to practice. You got to write good songs. You got to play. You got to be. It's dedication, and it's not easy. The music industry, especially now, is in the toilet. It's just so much different than it used to be. Even like from the 70s to now, it's just like it's black and white. It's completely different. So I mean,
It's changing radically. We got to hope that people understand, though, the new generations and even those that used to consume music, let's bring the prices down. But everybody got to contribute something, because this whole ecosystem can't operate on free.
Yeah, and there's a lot of ego out there, and there's a lot of bands that just do it for, we look cool and we want to look cool on stage, but it's like, if you don't have the songs and you don't have the music and you don't have the passion, then there's no point. You're not going to go anywhere. And it's just, I don't know. You have to have heart. That's all. You got to have heart and you have to stick with it, because It's super tough. It's not easy.
It's like an endurance test every day times like 1,000.
Absolutely, yeah. Every tour is another chance to get your name out there, whether you're, Radiohead or you're some garage band. It's the same thing. It's you got to sell yourself, and you have to play to your full capacity and just do it because you love it.
Even if there's nobody in the room, if there's 3 people in front of you, you still got to put on.
For 2 people, yeah, you put on the
That's
same.
what I learned with you too, man.
Yeah.
The first show they did in Orange County was for 12 people.
Yeah, and you know what? I bet they had so much fun that it was ridiculous.
They played it like it was a stadium, right?
Exactly, exactly. That's what it's about. That's
And
what
it was a stadium a year and a half later.
yeah, that's what you have to do. That's the line.
You gotta dream it and then figure out how to live it.
Yep. You gotta
Because
make
really, there's no rules anymore. Nobody can tell you what you can't do if you can pull it off.
it. No, it's you figure it out, and once you figure it out, you do it to the fullest potential, and that's all you can do. And if people don't like it, they don't like it. If they do like it, you're golden.
It's the mindset, man. Just give it your all, have fun doing it. No matter what the payoff, it's golden. And then grow that. But yeah, there's a lot of good spirit here today, man. Thanks for spending some time with us. We appreciate it as always, man. Indie Power in the house. Thanks so much, Nate.
Thank you.